This exercise is one of my favorite exercises ever. All we're going to do is lay down on the floor on our stomachs and use one of these props in order to help open up the rib cage, open up the spine, create a nice flow for breathing. It is relaxing and it is working the rib cage, all of the muscles in between the ribs, and just creating some good space. The tool you will use will depend on what it is that you have available. This is a Pilates ball. You can use one of these. These are available either through Tune Up Fitness, through Amazon, Target. You can also use a kid's 8-inch inflatable bouncy ball and just deflate it. This one is fairly deflated. You could actually use a little less air. You can use a towel. This is just a bath towel size towel. You're gonna fold this up. Or you use a small pillow or a pillow that is a little flatter that you can fold in half. The reason we use soft tools for this is because we will be putting it into our abdomen. Soft tools in the abdomen are less likely to create any sort of issues with the organs. They are soft, our organs are soft, they mold around our organs. But if you have pain at all, anywhere when doing this exercise, please do not continue doing this exercise. I will demonstrate this with the pillow now. So with a pillow, this is just a small pillow, a decorative pillow like one you would see on your couch, or a pillow that's a little flatter that you can fold in half are great for this. You're actually going to stack the pillow up on its side like so, place it on the floor, and then you will lay down on the pillow. So I'm gonna do a little higher. I am just underneath my collarbones this time. And again, I'm gonna make the triangle with my hands. I'm gonna place my head down. I need to scoot this back just a touch, just so it's not in my face. And again, with those nice breaths, just for the first couple of breaths, breathe and see what you notice. Are you holding any tension? Are you feeling any spasming or tightening? Is anything hurting? Is anything uncomfortable? If anything is hurting, again, either you can change the height of the pillow so you can flip it over on its side so it's not as intense. You can do this without a pillow as well, or if it is very painful, do not continue. I'm gonna put the pillow back. And then this time when I breathe, my goal is going to be to expand in this upper rib cage where our shoulder blades are. What I want to do is feel my shoulder blades move off of my rib cage, or to the sides of my rib cage. They're never moving off of the rib cage, but they'll slide down the sides of the rib cage. Again, low muscle energy for this, so what you don't want is to be moving your shoulders when you're breathing. Your shoulders will move, but you don't want to be consciously moving your shoulders, so none of this. If you are doing that, just note it and see if you can do less of it or if you can not do it at all. And then again, you can move the pillow down, and you can move the pillow down into the pelvic bowl. So right now, there we go. I am right at my hips. My femurs are right here. So right where the hips, where the leg meets the hip. Again, just know what you're feeling. Check in and see if there's any pain anywhere, any discomfort, anything that is so uncomfortable that you can't sit with it. If you can't sit with it, if it's so uncomfortable that it's making you feel tense, then you need to change what you're doing, because this is supposed to be relaxing. Personally, I prefer this particular spot with the pillow versus the ball. My ball also has a little too much air in it. If you just noticed, I adjusted my shoulder blades because I was all up in my ears. And that immediately feels better. And that immediately feels better. I don't completely recommend doing this with a towel, but if a towel is what you have, then that is what you have and you can use the towel. Towels have a tendency to be a little stiffer, don't have as much give as the ball and the pillow. But again, use what you have, where you are, what you have available to you. So I'm just gonna roll this towel up a little bit. For this, I wouldn't necessarily recommend, well, you can still do things in your abdomen. You might find that it's a little more uncomfortable. I'm going to put this right at the top of my mid chest, so about nipple line. And then I'll lay down again. And just check in. I'm gonna move this one down. I am just below, just at basically my bra line, above the bottom of the rib cage, but towards the bottom of the rib cage, not quite in my diaphragm. You can do this segment by segment, vertebrae by vertebrae. You can do this however you really want to do it, and for as long as you want to do it. I recommend like 3 to 5 breaths at each spot, or wherever it is that you feel like you need the focus on. When you're doing this, just take note of how it feels in that particular position, how much opening you're getting, how much lengthening you're getting through the back. Just take note of it. Don't make any judgments about it. There are going to be some areas that will feel a little more open. There will be some areas that feel a little more restricted. Just take note. That is all. And if you have any questions, please let me know. If you are someone who is not comfortable with laying down on the floor, then you can try sitting at a chair with a table or a bed in front of you. You're gonna take a couple of pillows and just put them up against the bed or the table and in your lap. And then you can take your ball, your towel, or your other pillow and just place it where you need to. And then lean forward. And do the same breathing technique that you would do if you were on the floor. The more weight you can put into the pillows, the more you can lean forward. So if you need to scooch your butt back to lean forward, the more opening you will get. This is perfectly acceptable and will give you the same results as laying down on the floor.